lead together, embrace change, enhance everyone's journey. The 3 core principles of SmartStop. A leader in self-storage real estate across North America. Reinforce why we're proud to bring you SheEO Lead-In, the podcast featuring curated conversations with powerful women sharing their impactful wisdom. It's a self-knowledge, self-discovery, and self-preneurship audio storage vault created by and for women. SmartStop's presentation of SheEO Lead-In begins right now.
Hi, welcome to SheEO. My name is Liz Bowie, and I'm CEO of Ulex, and we're a material science company making natural rubber products and commercializing them to replace certain petroleum-based products such as neoprene foam and spandex. Today, I'm welcoming Miss Edna Patricia Hernandez, and to learn about what she does in our cross-border community here. And let's just get started.
Thank you for having me and inviting me.
Of course. Patricia, if you could just tell me a little bit first about yourself and how you're
ITJ
leading cross-border communities and sort of helping businesses understand and appreciate all the talent and the skills that their neighbors across the border have.
Thank you for the opportunity. And I have been in the binational region my entire life. So I was born and raised in Tecate, Baja California. So my neighbor, so a borderlander as myself. And I think I started creating connection with this binational region since the beginnings. So I started in exploring how we can do different things in the region. Sometimes we, being raised in the border, sometimes was easier to find groceries in this part of the border in San Diego, or just to have fun. No, sometimes over the weekends we came to the parks or to the beach sometimes. And I'm also a mom. I have 2 daughters. Jimena is here now with us, and also Alexa. So Jimena is 18 and Alexa is 15.
Okay.
Years
so
old.
How did you find yourself in the position that you are? So I think our audience always likes to hear about journeys, people's journeys. Is this something that you envision you would do, let's just say, when you were high school, when you were crossing, coming over, or you visiting our beaches? Did you think like, oh, I'm going to live here someday and this is what I'm going to do? Or, what's that journey like been for you?
Yes. So I believe I'm fortunate enough to have the opportunity to start working really early in my life. So I started working when I was 13. And also, I think dreaming outside the box and thinking on dreaming on having things that were maybe not materialized in my region or in my city, but I know was out there, or even an opportunity to connect with not just with the U.S., so other regions, because I has been always curious for learning things, and so when I was a young kid, I was always reading, and I think that's something that really connects me with other worlds that were behind just the maybe Tecate,
Right. So maybe you could summarize for us what ITJ,
yes,
the company you're leading, does specifically, and give us an example. For example, to help the audience understand what it is your role and the role of ITJ in the economy, both here in San Diego and the opportunities abroad.
Yes. So now with ITJ, so the company started back in 2019. We do nearshoring talent solutions, engineering, R&D, cybersecurity, AI, software development for U.S. companies, mainly in the pharma industry, healthcare, life sciences, and biotechnology. So what we are doing is bridging the connection with U.S. companies that are creating the R&D here in San Diego, creating the value here, and also providing jobs in Mexico and Latin America for engineers that are also helping companies in San Diego to accelerate their innovation and also their time to market. There is a scarcity of talent all over the U.S. It's all over the world. Yep. We are facing, a technology acceleration. So all the companies are moving to, or to software or to do different things with AI, and it's not enough talent to fill all the open positions. In fact, before the pandemic, the United States has more than 250,000 open jobs for software development. And over the pandemic, the number raises to 1.2 million open jobs.
Right.
Now we are facing almost 5 million open jobs. And no matter all the universities create the talent, is still not enough. So the opportunity to be here and being partners, trade partners for a long time, San Diego and Tijuana or Baja California, is the opportunity to cross not just the border for manufacturing, so now expands the opportunity for R&D and software technology development.
Okay, so let's take that as an example, because I think people always learn best by example. So if I'm a medical device company, let's say, this is low, but like a heart defibrillator or something like that, some medical device company coming out of the UCSD, and I approach you and I say, Patricia, how can you help me make a prototype, or how can you help me make a small lot or a small production, because I'm not ready to scale it. I just need to make a small production number so that I can send it out to various different potential customers and clients to demonstrate, how they work, and, to see it in the workplace before I scale up and make a larger. So what can I do? How can you help me?
I think I need to wear 2 caps. So my first cap is maybe as Tijuana EDC. In the past, I used to run the EDC, and I was the Tijuana EDC CEO for several years before coming to ITJ. And as Tijuana EDC, manufacturing is a great opportunity, so a great connection. Right. I'm sure I can help creating an agenda for an entrepreneur or company or startup using our ecosystem capabilities in Tijuana. Okay. And I'm sure it's easy to find somebody to prototype or to start the first line of manufacturing for.
So they have the machinery, the manufacturing equipment, the quality control, the SOPs, everything, and certain things like that to do down there. So to follow up on that, how does intellectual property work? And if I'm UCSD, for example, I'm an inventor, or I'm going through the the MBA UCSD Brady program, and I have IP, intellectual property. I've filed a patent on it, or basically, let's just say for medical devices, a design patent, and I want to transfer that. But I obviously, so how does that work? Do I transfer you the rights to that? And so it's basically client confidentiality.
Yes, it's client confidentiality, and most importantly, we are working here in the region using the USMCA agreement. So it's the base for everything. So laws are international laws. We have an agreement as countries. It's Mexico, US, and Canada. So that covers IP protection. Okay. And that's the benefit. That's the beauty of doing something here, because you don't need to transfer the royalties or nothing like that.
Okay, so following up on that, so you talk about this concept of nearshoring. Yeah. Maybe you could explain to our audience what that means. And nearshoring is NEAR, so just like far, near, nearshoring. If you could explain briefly what that means.
Of course, that's the benefit we have when we are neighbors. So that's the opportunity we have to use the capabilities in the other part of or another country. And also expand opportunities, not just for manufacturing or R&D, also as a market. So once you manufacture there, it's easier to also explore the market. Okay. So in terms of technology, we like the idea to call not nearshoring, so not shoring at all. Because when you use or you develop technology, you don't even need to work or to cross the border with technology. Right. So it's not shoring. Right. So not shoring at all. So you transfer the maybe the code.
Right. It's all digital, right?
Everything is digital, so you don't need to cross the...
Right. But basically, what it sounds like what you're telling us is that you don't have to think about offshoring to China or to Southeast Asia or to parts in completely different time zones.
Europe,
that is actually much easier, and that basically we have the access, and you're helping with that access to those solutions right here in Baja. And I would consider San Diego, it was formerly a part of Baja, is still a part of that region.
It was in the past. It was in the past.
Right. And so that's what you're saying.
Yes, so that's the opportunity, the beauty, to use capabilities that are really across the border to increase your value content and also your, factibility to continue doing business.
Sure. I mean, you're in the same time zone. You're in, as far as transportation, obviously that's less.
Yes.
And as far as even if you think with climate change, right, there's the reduction in CO2 emissions just because also your manufacturing partners are closer. So that's fantastic. And so can you talk about where in the Baja region that is? So most of us that live here in San Diego are familiar with activities, directly across the border, such as Tijuana. But where is the manufacturing? Like where in Tijuana? Tijuana is actually much larger than most San Diegans, would think. If you could kind of help us locationally understand, how big that is.
It is big. I was mentioning before that Tijuana has more than 1,000 maquiladora operations. That's an opportunity for, most of the industrial parks are connected with the border.
Okay.
But it's also spread in the city. So some of them are also surrounded Rosarito or Tecate. There are neighbor cities, Ensenada as well. So technically it's all over the city. Right. Tijuana is an industrial place.
And are you finding that you're sharing talent in a way? So you're finding, for example, Baja, Mexico students coming up to study in the U.S. and then going back home?
And the opposite.
Just the opposite.
Happens. And all the opposite.
Right.
There's a lot of people from San Diego is studying in Mexico.
So did you see more of that starting around the pandemic when people could work remote?
No, it was even before. Yes. Most of the universities, like private universities, also state universities, has a linkage with U.S. universities.
Okay.
So works in both directions.
Okay. And is there a certain field or a certain area?
Engineering
is the most?
Business.
Okay.
And now business intelligence and all the new
So really,
careers.
You're not restricted.
No.
Are there, because I think in the whole Baja region, there's a lot of medical device manufacturing.
Yes,
that a lot of
number
people,
one.
Number one?
Number one cluster for medical device manufacturing in North America.
Without breaking any confidentiality, can you give us examples of certain everyday medical devices that we use that are made in...
Yes. The largest companies that has presence in Baja are like Intuitive. They do Da Vinci robots. Okay. So they manufacture Da Vinci in Mexicali. And we have Medtronic.
Okay.
We have BD, Becton Dickinson.
Is Medtronic making their, for example, for
heart.
A number of time I used to work in diabetes. So Medtronic has a very competitive glucose pump.
Yes.
So is that made in?
I think they are more in the heart.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Medtronic does a lot of medical devices. Yes. Okay, I'm listening.
Yes.
What else?
Buster.
Okay.
Enovis, Fisher & Paykel. And you can find also companies that are not just U.S. investment. So technically you can find investors from all over the world. Mm-hmm.
Is there any textiles? I'm interested.
I think the styles are more connected with or located in Ensenada than Tijuana.
Okay.
Tijuana is also a great location for EV manufacturing or also aerospace, defense.
Mm-hmm. And we have a big defense industry here.
Yes. So
and is there a niche within that defense industry that is particular to Baja?
To Baja?
Yeah.
I think most of them are with. I can tell. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I know. I'm asking.
That part, yes, especially with, and I'm just, in the past I used to sign NDAs. No?
Yes, of course.
And especially
Me too.
for defense. So it's not as, but there's companies like Boeing, Safran.
Okay.
They are worldwide.
Right,
So
worldwide. Yeah, absolutely. And so let's go back to you with regards to what do you want to share, for example, with young people, particularly women out there who want to do something like you do, who want to, because it sounds great, right? You have sort of a very international life. You're in Mexico, you're all over the U.S., you're probably all over the world because, you're doing business with multinational and global companies. And that sounds really fantastic. And so what would you say, that they can do to prepare for a career like that?
So I think it's being, what I can say, so it's ask for mentorship. Ask if you have an idea, don't stop in your mind. So look for others to help you make it happen, and also be prepared. So study, be prepared, do better things that maybe your family has done in the past, and also invest in trainings.
Right.
So
invest in yourself.
In yourself, yes, and also don't be afraid of being the first one in your maybe doing something.
Right.
So sometimes it needs to be brave. You need to be brave.
Okay. Absolutely, you need to be brave, and I think say yes.
Say
yes.
Yeah,
right. Just say
yes.
Yeah, and I think so many times, particularly for women, we're always trying to figure out like how ways we can say no. But maybe we should just flip that and think of like, I'll say yes, and I know I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Right. Because we're mothers, right?
Yes.
I mean, so that's like the best job that you can say, you'll figure it out. You may not know exactly what to do now,
We're
but you'll
always
figure it out.
pushing our daughters.
Exactly. That's right. Launching
more.
them. So who did you look up to when you were young?
I believe, my mom was a great role model for me. She was a nurse. She was a single mom. And also she was an orphan. And she really raises us being connected with the community, because no matter we were not riches, no? So we were sometimes surviving, no?
Right.
But in our table, we're always a space for other people that were maybe in the city or struggling,
right?
Or she was always open to help anybody,
right?
And she raises us thinking not just about ourselves, so also connecting
to the community, right?
Yes, giving back.
We need each other.
Giving back to the community, right. and helping each other as a family, because we were only four.
Right.
Two brothers, me and my mom. So we were always looking into how support
each other,
right.
and people around you. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we do more when we do something together than we can ever do when we're alone.
And I think that's the beauty of being raised in a small town as Tecate.
How small is the town?
I think it's 100,000 inhabitants. So
it's still fairly large. I mean, it's larger than some, U.S. Cities, but but small.
A small town
for that area. And
Tijuana is 2 million inhabitants.
Okay. And is she still in?
No. Unfortunately, she passed away from COVID.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry for that. Okay. But it sounds like she basically was such a great role model for you with regards to what you can do, but not only what you can do for your family, but how you do it. Yes. And that you can stay rooted in your community.
Mm-hmm. And also she teaches us that we never stop. So if we have a no, look for the yes.
Right. Yeah, just say
try
yes.
again. No?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're probably modeling that for both your children.
You can ask.
Yeah, exactly. So I used to have a saying that, and it's not always true for, there will be outliers, but for most kids, if you can't be it, if you can't see it.
Yes.
And so it's really important to sort of, show those examples.
Yes.
And don't, because sometimes it's hard for children to do something if they first they haven't seen it around them being done.
And that's another opportunity. So she always keep us with a passport, no border passport. So we have the opportunity to explore San Diego or Chula Vista. So that's a benefit. So that's true. When you have the opportunity to see further,
right?
So it imprints in your
right. And you with all your travels, and then bringing that home and sharing that with your family. Going to Boston, which the culture is a bit different than it is in San Francisco, than it is in LA, than it is in San Diego. Although in principle they're very similar, but also just having access to certain leadership. And people that make decision making at those companies helps you sort of hone your craft, and therefore and sharing that experience with your family helps them, because your daughter, who's here actually in the studio with us, is majoring in physics, which is a very difficult major.
It is,
right? Which, to be honest, I mean, I had a difficult major, but I would say that I thought maybe physics might be even more difficult. But the ability to dream. Right, because she's seen it. She's seen you do hard things, and she's had, and you've exposed her to other people who do hard things. But it doesn't mean that they can't do it just because it's hard. And so she's chosen basically right now a career path, in that direction. And so that must make you so proud.
Yes, and also she was learning Chinese. And my
Mandarin or Cantonese. Okay.
And my youngest is also learning Japanese. She wants to live and study in Japan. So hopefully she can.
Both beautiful cultures. Well, if you know Spanish, Mandarin, and English, that's pretty much, you've got, I think, 98% of the world covered. You're good to go. We can drop you anywhere and you're good.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
So, absolutely. So I think about, I was born in Vietnam. And my English is not very, I'm sorry, my English is fine. My Vietnamese is not very good. It's kind of elementary, if you will, because I left when I was young. And so I took Vietnamese classes when I lived there, but I'm still not very good at it. And so I always think that's what
We have time. We have time.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So this is a really good time just to hear from our SmartStop, our sponsor. We'll take a short break.
SmartStop knows the winning connection is when we elevate success together. SmartStop Self Storage, a California company with nearly 200 properties and over 15 million square feet of rentable storage in the US and Canada, is committed to positively impacting the communities we serve on the national and local level. By aligning our core principles of leading together, embracing change, and enhancing everyone's journey with local initiatives. To learn more about our core values, our locations, and career opportunities, please visit us at smartstopselfstorage.com.
With regards to, what do you think is most attractive about sort of the position you're in, this binational? I think what you had mentioned was that, your driver is making an impact.
Yes.
And so what does that look like for you today? What does that impact look like? Is it impact on your community? Is it impact on basically helping a medical device company, commercialize a product? What does that impact look like?
I think it's in different ways, but also expanding the vision of companies located here in California on what they can achieve when they use capabilities that are not maybe in their minds. So once they start using the binational or regional opportunities, because it's not just manufacturing, it's also logistics. So we have borders, 5 borders, also seaports in Baja, that when the San Diego or Long Beach ports are full, they can use Baja Port. So that's one direction, but the other is the opportunity to continue growing patents together, because technology can happen anywhere.
Right.
And also innovation as well. So what we have seen in the past, so once a company starts manufacturing in Baja, so Mexican engineers starting creating ways to do things with more efficiently, or sometimes they are creating patents
Absolutely.
and
Yes.
in Tijuana or Ensenada or in Baja, using the technology the company is bringing to their hands. So that's I believe it's a interchange of knowledge, but most importantly is an opportunity to create something new, especially in medical devices.
So highly collaborative.
Yes, I believe especially in the life sciences space, because the intention is save lives,
Right.
Help save lives or saving lives worldwide. So if we have the opportunity to create something that's effective and also is affordable and easy to do it,
Right.
in
And
the
that helps
region,
our communities.
everybody wins.
Okay. Would you say that you do most of your work here in San Diego, or have you moved up north, for example, to Orange County, Huntington Beach, Long Beach, LA,
So
Ventura?
with ITJ is all over all over the U.S. So past two weeks before I was in Boston, and then San Francisco. It's not just here. So medical devices clusters are the main life sciences
Minnesota,
cluster. Yes,
right?
yes.
That's where Medtronic is.
Yeah, New Jersey,
Right.
or Madison,
Sure. Okay.
Texas.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. And so what do you like most about your job?
I believe it's being a connector, and also I think if sometimes people is just doing their jobs with all or trying the same recipe, and maybe me being sometimes maybe noisy, just knocking at doors and look for an opportunity to open their eyes to a new reality.
Thinking outside the box.
Thinking outside the box, and also try different ideas on how they can do better.
Right.
So I think that's what I really like about my job.
And would you say that obviously being bilingual, which I assume you are, but do you speak other languages as well?
No.
Okay. No, but I mean,
I try hard with English, and I need to confess, so I had never took classes in the past. So as a borderlander, I was, for us, watching TV was in English.
Yeah, and that's the world over. I returned back to Vietnam. I lived there for 2.5 years. And most of the English speakers there did not learn it formally. They learned it by YouTube.
Yes, or TV shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Classes.
Or TV show, exactly.
Yes.
But actually, one young man was very funny. He learned it from watching NBA basketball. And so he was very good with all the rules, all the players. So his basketball English terminology was on point, but it was just a place to start.
Yes.
And so that's wonderful. And so my daughter is she can speak Spanish as well, and it's just done her. I think I think she's really leaned into it. And even when she was young, we would travel to Latin American regions, and she would be our translator. Yes, I know. It would just be like, because we wanted to do a few things more immersive. And she's using it now. We've encouraged that. So, Patricia, tell us how you started in the field that you're in now with regards to the binational business development and helping basically companies all over the world with regards to solutions that they can find actually here in Latin America, and particularly here in Baja. Tell us your background.
My background is in business, international business. So, and also I have a degree more in logistics. So my background is logistics. Yes. So foreign trade.
You're the first person I've ever met who's had a business degree in logistics.
Yes, logistics and yes, and foreign trade. So
it is very, and actually it's really difficult.
It is, but I totally love my career, and I use it a lot. I have more than 25 years working in high technology,
Okay.
and mainly working with electronics companies or medical devices, aerospace companies, also startups. And I have also the privilege to advise countries and also states
Right.
using my background in business. But I think I become a great translator of technology because I really understand engineering as
Right.
well. So I love processes, manufacturing
Well,
processes.
logistics is systems, right? It's
It
really
is.
systems engineering.
Yes, and I found out an opportunity on also technology and R&D because most of the scientists, they're not good in business. So I
Okay,
really
right,
become
right.
a great translator of business opportunities
Right.
and
So you're
also
helping
technology
them,
transfer.
right, with the process
Yes.
of how they bring about their technology, their vision,
Yeah.
their innovation, their patents
Yes.
to actually
life.
to commercial product.
Yes.
But between the bench and a commercial product is millions of steps,
millions of
and difference
steps.
of collaborators.
Yes.
And I'll share that basically recently, in our own supply chain, because the price of gas and
Yeah. Oh, yes.
transportation has gone up tremendously. So trying to find a forwarder to get something from
yes.
Vietnam, for example, or Thailand, all the way to a partner in France was becoming a logistic nightmare. So I could have used your assistance. So now I'm going to know who to call.
Call
right
me.
here, exactly.
Call me.
Yes.
And so I started my own consultancy firm when I was 23. And also I was teaching at the university.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe because I started working when I was really young. So when I was 23, I feel old. So
Right.
I don't feel that I was young. So
Right. Yeah, because you've been working for so long, I think also just the confidence knowing that you can do this.
Yes.
Because despite what, as youthful as you may
problem,
look,
yes.
you actually have had years of experience coming up to this.
Yes.
Right. Hands-on, direct, solving people's problems. And that's really what we need. Okay. There is, yes, a lot of AI, and you can, ask it all sorts of questions, but it doesn't solve a lot. Especially, it doesn't solve logistic problems for you. So what would you say is your favorite thing about your job?
So
Like, who's your favorite customer? Like, what kind of customer
in
is
the
your favorite
past,
customer?
I think I really enjoy working in challenging things, problems. So that's my
Okay, that's your
my core.
okay. That's your spot.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my spot. And when I was running my consultants firm, my clients were big. So I used to work for companies like Sony, Panasonic, and Sharp. So
Right.
they were my clients. So and I was I can tell like NAFTA. You remember NAFTA was
Right,
before
yep.
USMCA. So a NAFTA nerd. So I really know how to use the law to benefit my clients. So and doing all the things, challenging governments,
Right.
and challenging different rules, creating
Right.
new rules. So I was also creating new rules for customs, and those rules were applied by the Mexican government and also some of them by the U.S. government. And I was really young. I was 25 when
Right.
this was happening. And when I was running my consultants firm, so I became part of the National Chamber of Electronics, Telecommunications, and IT as a vice president. I was part of the board. So I was the youngest board member and also one of the 2 female board members.
Fantastic.
As a country.
Right.
Okay, so that's another opportunity. I think it's challenging not just the being young, but also being a female
Right.
in the board, no, and that's I think is how I started, and then my work as part of the Foreign Trade Commission and all the work that I was explaining, we were doing not just for my clients, but for the entire industry. So they asked me to took the direction. So being the CEO for the chamber in the Northwestern chapter. So I was 25 when I stepped on as a director, and I started creating not just the connection with Mexican or companies from other countries manufacturing in Tijuana or Mexico, but also we started inviting companies from other countries to belong to the chamber. And that was maybe the first opportunity to start creating binational activities. Okay. So working with Japan, working with,
So just a lot of international experience and a very can-do. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Sí se puede.
Totalmente.
That's you.
Yes.
So that's what I'm hearing is the fact that there is no job really too difficult or too challenging because you actually rise up to that. You enjoy that challenge.
I really enjoy that.
Yeah, and in fact, it's probably when people are like, probably banging their heads against, the cabinet going, how do I do this? They should probably say, let's call Patricia.
And was what usually happens in the past. No, I never promote my business, never in the past, never, ever. But I just receive referrals. Right. And sometimes the government was referring me because, she can help you. If somebody can help you, it's Patricia. So
see?
I really appreciate
they should. Yeah, you're on their speed dial. I don't know if they is there such a thing as speed dial nowadays? I don't know, but that would be, So this has been a great talk, and I've really learned and appreciated your sort of just your wisdom and your international experience. And I think what I'm learning now, too, is even with my own business, I think there's ways in which, I'm going to go back and think about ways in which we can collaborate, because I would actually love to work closer to home. So much of our manufacturing is over in Southeast Asia, but I've really enjoyed this conversation. My last question is, this discussion that we're having is really about you and your work. What would you like to tell, a young audience and a young woman out there saying, I want to be a Patricia Hernandez when I grow up?
So I think, as you mentioned before, say yes. Because when I was fighting saying no when the board asked me to take the chamber's direction and say no, I have a job, I have my own consult, I have my team, they need me, and when I say yes, I stay for seven years. Directing the entire strategy for the industry, and also the not just the industry, also the opportunities to connect business. So I think saying yes opens doors.
Yes. Absolutely. And with that, thank you so much for coming to talk to me and for visiting us here at SheEO. And this is Liz filling in for Rebecca Jones.
The incredible curated SheEO conversation you just enjoyed was brought to you by SmartStop, a leader in self-storage real estate and a company that upholds its core principles of leading together, embracing change, and enhancing everyone's journey. To learn more about SmartStop, please visit smartstopselfstorage.com.
Cloudcast Media.